Advanced query on index numbers. This query trigger is available under Indices and Index Numbers section. This query trigger enables the user to find companies based on the value of indices such as daily, high, low, opening, closing values. It also allows you to find companies based on the derived indicators such as daily returns, index alpha, beta, R-square. The index numbers are available for three types of indices: the BSE, the NSE, and CMI family of indices COSPI. Let us understand the functioning of this query trigger using an example. Suppose we want to find indices which have risen by over 10% in the 30 days period ending on 31st December 2015. To execute this query, you need to follow 6 steps. The first step is to go to Index Numbers Query Trigger and select the appropriate tab available on the top of the user interface. The tab Query is selected by default, and let us change it to Advanced Query. The second step is to make an expression in the Enter Search Condition box. Let us click on the indicator Index Return Range 30. This indicator is available under Index Returns Over Period. By double-clicking on it, the indicator will appear in the Enter Search Condition box. Let us complete the equation by adding greater than 10 against the indicator Index Return Range 30. This expression implies that the search is for indices whose 30 days returns were above 10% on either of the exchanges BSE or NSE. The third step is to enter the appropriate date in the Query on Dates box on which the search should be conducted. T is the default setting, which implies the last trading date of the exchanges. Let us change the same to 2015-12-31. Let us retain the default selections in the interval and date proximity boxes available below the Query on Dates box and Output Dates box. In the Output Dates, AP is the default selection. Let us retain the same. The date formats used in the Query on Dates, Output Dates, Interval, and Proximity are explained in the Help on Dates, which can be accessed by clicking on the question mark icon available just above the Query on Dates box. The fourth step is to choose the appropriate domain from the two domains available: All Indices and Indices in Current OSI. The domain All Indices conducts a search over all the indices available in the Prowess database for which index numbers are available. The domain Indices in Current OSI conducts a filtering on the indices available in the current output sheet. The domain All Indices is selected by default, and let us retain the same. The fifth step is to select the appropriate output destination from the 4 formats available in the Select Output Destination box. The first is the OSI format, which lists the names of indices in rows and time and indicator in columns. The second output destination is the WS, which is the worksheet, which displays indicators in rows and indices and time in columns. The third output destination is also WS, which displays time in rows and indices and indicators in columns. The fourth output destination is the TXT output, which displays the data in a text file. The domain OSI is selected by default, and let us retain the same. The sixth step is to select the appropriate execute option to run your query. For the selected domain All Indices, the 3 execute options available are Add to Current OSI, Send to New OSI, and Replace Current OSI. Add to Current OSI adds the data in the current output sheet. Send to New OSI creates a new output sheet of qualifying indices and its data. Replace Current OSI replaces the contents in the current output sheet with the qualifying indices and its data. Let us select the execute option Send to New OSI. After the query has been successfully executed, the New Outputs button will start blinking. Click on the New Outputs button. You will see that OSI has been generated and is selected by default in the Output Downloader box. You can click on the Continue button to download this output. The output sheet will display indices which have risen over 10% in the 30 days period ending 31st December 2015 along with its data.